Good evening, friends. There are books we read, and then there are books that quietly become a part of who we are. The Book of Joy was one such book for me, written through the conversations between His Holiness Dalai Lama and Archbishop Desmond Tutu. It isn't just a book about happiness. It's a reminder that joy can exist even in the presence of suffering, that compassion is strength, that gratitude is a practice, and that peace begins within. As I turned each page, I found myself returning to one question: how do we carry these lessons into everyday life? How do we remember them when life becomes noisy, uncertain, or overwhelming? For me, the answer has always been through art. Painting slows me down. It asks me to be present. Every brushstroke becomes a moment of mindfulness. Every color becomes a quiet conversation. The first piece began with stillness. A lone figure sits beneath the full moon. You cannot see the face because it could be anyone. It could be you, it could be me. The moon doesn't shine for itself. It simply reflects light. And perhaps that is what wisdom asks of us too, not to become extraordinary, but to reflect kindness, patience, and compassion in the lives we touch. Peace isn't found somewhere far away. It begins with a single breath. It begins when we choose to pause, step away from the noise. Often, our greatest answers come not from doing more, but from learning how to be still. The second piece is a lotus, one of the simplest yet most profound symbols found across the Eastern philosophy. The lotus grows in muddy water, yet it rises above it untouched. It doesn't wait for perfect conditions before it blooms, and neither should we. The Dalai Lama often reminds us that adversity can become our greatest teacher, that difficult moments can deepen our compassion and strengthen our resilience. To me, this lotus is a reminder that our circumstances do not define who we become. We always have the choice to bloom. As these paintings slowly came to life, I realized they weren't illustrations of a philosophy. They were reflections of a journey towards becoming a little more patient, a little more grateful, a little kinder. Not perfect, just more aware than yesterday. On the 91st birthday of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, this is my humble tribute, not to celebrate a person alone, but to celebrate the timeless values he continues to share with the world. May we all learn to pause like the moon, to bloom like the lotus, to choose compassion over judgment, hope over fear, gratitude over abundance, and joy, not as something we wait to receive, but as something we choose to create every single day. And thank you for reminding us that the greatest masterpiece we will ever create is the life we choose to live.